Hey guys, today I was going to start welding on dock. I got some parts, a bunch of parts actually, that are going to need to be welded on. Not necessarily parts in and of themselves, but just little tabs and stuff like that. That the parts that I want to put on are, they need to be the little tabs need to be on there in order for the parts to be put on. I am horrendous at welding. I've never done it. In my 33 years of life, I think I've welded twice, and the conditions were prime. Uh, uh, you know, really good machinery, really good materials. Had a guy that's been welding probably ever since he got out of high school, and he's 2 years older than me, so 10 plus years now. Standing right behind me, saying, "Hey, look for this, watch for that." And then a good buddy of mine, his brother is a welder, and he's kind of picked up some tips and stuff like that because he's welded before a couple times. And so I've had those people giving me information. But with this little welder that I have, I believe it's a $90 welder from Home Depot, and nothing against it. I've done some research on it thus far just to kind of see what I'm getting into with it. The people that I've come across online that talk about it, they say genuinely good things. There's nothing too bad about it. They do say that if you're doing any heavy work, probably not the one you want, but if you're doing just little stuff like I'm doing, it should be more than capable of doing the job. So that tells me that it's on me, and it's not the machine. um, I have to figure out, I have to get used to um, welding with a wire feed. The two times that I have done that before, I had a gun. I was controlling it with a foot and a dabber rod, which I believe is TIG welding. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but I think that's what they call that. Um, and so it's the same basic principle, but kind of a different process. And so I have to get used to wire feeding through the gun, and just how that particular machine operates. So we're going to do that in the background, to cut this ramble short. And as soon as I get well enough at it, I'll be sure to get it on here. However, in the meantime, I can start on some other stuff, more painting, in case you weren't tired of that yet. It's not much. There are two, I believe they're my ignition coils, maybe. I can't really remember at the moment. There's a bracket that they're attached to the frame to. I can take that off. It needs to be repainted anyhow, and then I can work on the mounting bracket that's going to attach to that, which my key start is going to go on because the bike didn't have key start when I got it, and I would like for it to have one. So I bought a key start, and I need to make the bracket that is going to mount to, and then of course that bracket will mount to the other mounting bracket that, like I said, I believe has my ignition coils on it. So I can do that. Looking at it now, there's a tiny little filter that I'm not sure what it goes to, but I bought a replacement filter. I can pop that on really fast. That won't be nothing at all. Yeah, hopefully by the time I get that stuff done and ready to go, I will be good enough at welding to do the welding shit that I need to do, because that's gonna be something. The new front headlight mounts in a different manner. I'm pretty sure I stated that in the last video, maybe the last two. So I have to weld two little nubs that it will sit down in between, that I can run a bolt through. What else needs? The seat, my new seat. needs to have two little nubs welded on the bottom so it can attach to one of the shocks or the springs, whatever you. It's a shock absorber for your butt, for for your ass, so the hardtail doesn't destroy your back. Um, I think there's a little nub that I need to weld on one of the sides of the frames, so my saddlebag, the one saddlebag I will have, can mount properly and not shake around so much. Battery tray, a new battery tray. I'm almost convinced at this point that the battery that was in it when I bought Doc was not the correct battery, because I had looked up online a OEM kind of, this is the battery for your bike. This is what it came from the factory. And the size of the battery, the dimensions and all that stuff was not the battery that's on there. The battery that was on there was way smaller in size. Now I don't know, that battery might have been some kind of thing where it carried the same kind of voltage or whatever. And then even went to the motorcycle shop about 45 minutes from where I live and requested a factory kind of spec battery for Doc, and the guy there was trying to sell me the same battery that I had looked up online, and neither of them were the battery that was on there. So I made a new battery tray, and I need to cut the old one off and weld the new one on, so that's something else that needs to be welded. There are other things that can be done, I suppose, worst come to worst. Like, I have front fork seals, fork bearings. I can remove the exhaust and put it on the jack and jack it up and do that. Yeah, I guess we're gonna play it by ear from this point and see how it goes. Sure, there'll be something to do. I have decided that what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is work on the mounting bracket for my key start. Or, well, it's not really a key start. The key will really just serve to turn the electricity onto the bike and allow me to hit the toggle switch that then will fire the bike. So I have already gone through and kind of figured out what of the little terminals here need to be hooked into with the wiring harness. I have completely forgotten that because that was done when I got this, and I got this 6 months ago now, maybe more, maybe like 5 months. So that'll have to get done again, but shit happens, I suppose. So yeah, there's this. This is my original attempt at it, and it's not quite wide enough. I think if I remember, these two will mount to the frame of the bike like so, I believe. Maybe one of these, or maybe it's the, oh, okay, no, it's like this. So here, and I will show you, but just for purpose of this demonstration, these two holes are where, like I said, I guess my ignition coils mount to the bracket that holds them to the frame. So these two holes here slide up like that, bolts go through there down the bottom, and you affix it. This is the mounting hole for the toggle switch, And actually, where is that toggle switch? I'll find it here in a minute. So then that leaves this space here roughly, oh, I don't know, maybe an inch, maybe an inch and a half if I'm lucky, for this. And that's not, I don't know, it's not enough room. I wouldn't have very much room for my toggle switch, and then plus I wouldn't have any way to actually mount this to the little bracket here. So I need to just make this bigger, and I have already marked out what I believe will give me enough room, hopefully. I do have plenty of excess sheet metal, so I got a couple of chances. One of the chances that I had, I actually, before I started this video, practiced some welding on, and it is now destroyed. You want to see it? Check it out. Yeah. Look at that. Ridiculous, not good welding. Y'all have to, I don't know, maybe I'll take this into work tonight and ask some of the guys in there that weld, you know, maybe they can give me some pointers or something. You know, that might actually happen. But yeah, so this was the replacement for this one, but there was a spot here which is now covered. Yeah, right there, where I cut a little bit too far in. So this was garbage anyhow, but I could have used it. I could have used it as a template. I guess I still probably could use it as a template. Yeah, I can still use this as a template, so we're fine. Yeah, I'll mark this out, and we'll go from there. Start cutting, do some shit. I got the mount cut out and ground down. It's not finished. I'll do that with a Dremel, clean it off real nice before I paint it. And to be honest with you, I might wind up remaking this again because this might not work. I'm just kind of feeling it out. So I need to drill my holes next, but this is my little starter switch, the little toggle. It's gonna go in that hole. I guess. This is gonna go, I think maybe somewhere like so. Something like that maybe. And I have all of this excess because I'd had the thought of when I get this drilled out and this on here, it'll give me a better idea of how much room I have. And it's looking like not enough just from that. But my idea was to put this in the vise and make a bend. And I got the two little holes there. I can mount that to this using that. That's the idea. I have no clue if it's going to work or not. Let's find out, huh?